All right, welcome. Today we are taking a grand tour of Python, one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, popular programming languages on the entire planet. So let's just dive right in.
So you have to ask, what's the big deal? I mean, how did this one programming language end up dominating so many completely different fields? That's the big question we're going to unpack. And you know what? The answer might be a whole lot simpler than you think.
So first things first, let's explore the secret sauce behind Python's success. It's really not just one single thing, but it's this powerful mix of being super versatile and having this core philosophy that just makes it incredibly easy to get started with.
I mean, the sheer scope of Python it's kind of mind-blowing. It is the engine running under the hood for pretty much everything, from the AI in your favorite apps, to complex data science, to the websites you visit every single day. But its real superpower? It's that simple, readable syntax. It was designed to look a lot like plain English, and because of that, it just lowers the barrier to entry for, well, everyone.
And what's wild is that Python isn't some new kid on the block. Nope, it was created by Guido van Rossum way back in 1991. It has had literally decades to mature into the super robust tool we know today. It's really a testament to its design that a language from the early 90s is, somehow, more relevant now than it's ever been.
Next up, let's pop the hood and take a look at the fundamental ideas that really give Python all its power. You're about to see that even the most ridiculously complex applications are built from just a few core, simple components.
It all starts right here, with the variable. Just think of it like a labeled box where you can stick a piece of information. Doesn't matter if it's a number, a bit of text, or a simple true or false, variables are how a program remembers things. It is the most basic concept, but absolutely everything is built on top of this foundation.
Okay, next up, automation. Imagine you had to tell a computer to do the exact same thing 1,000 times over. You wouldn't want to type out that instruction 1,000 times, would you? Of course not. That is exactly where loops come in. They are the absolute workhorses of programming, automating all those repetitive tasks and making your code incredibly efficient.
So if variables are the program's memory and loops are its muscle, then you could say functions are its brain. A function is kind of like a recipe. You define all the steps for a task just once, you give that recipe a name, and then you can call on it anytime you need it. This is the absolute key to keeping your code clean, organized, and, sane.
Now, Python handles collections of data in two really important ways. On one hand, you've got a list. Think of it like a shopping list. You can add stuff, remove stuff, change things around. It's super flexible. But then you have a tuple. That's more like rules that have been carved in stone. Once you create it, it cannot be changed, ever. And this difference, it seems small, but it is so vital for writing safe and predictable code.
Okay, now we're going to take a pretty big step up. We're moving from just writing lines of code to actually structuring our thoughts like a professional programmer. This whole idea is called object-oriented programming, or OOP, and it's really a mindset for building large, complex, and, most importantly, maintainable applications.
So here's the core idea of it all. A class is the blueprint. So think of the design schematics for a car. It defines what a car is. It's got 4 wheels, an engine, a color, right? Then an object is the actual physical car you build from that blueprint, like a specific red Ferrari with a V12 engine. You use that one blueprint to create as many unique objects as you want.
And why would you want to think this way? Well, there are 3 huge reasons. First, it promotes reusability, so you're not constantly reinventing the wheel. Second, it keeps your data safe through something called encapsulation. You can think of it like the hood of a car, protecting the complicated engine parts inside. And maybe most importantly, it turns what could be a chaotic mess of code into a really well-organized, manageable system. Okay, that is enough theory. Let's see how Python actually uses all these building blocks to interact with the real world. This is where the code meets creation, and trust me, this is where things get really, really exciting.
This right here is where Python becomes a magician. Imagine a massive spreadsheet filled with thousands and thousands of numbers. It's practically meaningless to the human eye. Well, with a library like Pylab, you can turn all that data into a clear, insightful chart in just a couple lines of code. And then, suddenly, you can actually see the story that the data is trying to tell you.
Have you ever wondered how the internet actually, works? Python makes it surprisingly simple to understand. At its core, it's basically a digital handshake. A server puts its hand out and just listens. A client, say your web browser, reaches out and connects to it. Once that connection is made, boom, they can start talking. This simple model is the foundation of almost everything you do online.
And how does an app remember your login info or your high score in a game? Well, it talks to a database. The whole process is pretty straightforward. Your Python program connects to the database, sends a very specific command like, hey, find user John Doe, and then it fetches the results. It's like sending a super fast librarian to find the exact piece of information you need from a massive, massive library.
So we have covered an incredible amount of ground here. We've journeyed from the absolute simplest idea of storing just one piece of information, all the way to building programs that can visualize data, talk over the internet, and connect to huge databases.
And it all comes back to this. This is where every single programmer, I don't care how advanced they are now, starts their journey. This one simple command, print hello world, is the traditional first step. It's the digital equivalent of learning how to say your very first word.
Yeah, the path starts with that one simple line, but the principles, they scale up infinitely. Those same fundamentals are what eventually allow you to build complex applications, like a full graphical login form that securely connects to a database. That is the incredible power of Python.
So we've taken the grand tour of what Python is and what it's really capable of. The building blocks are simple, the concepts are powerful, and the potential is, well, it's truly limitless. So the only question that's left is this. Now that you've seen what's possible, what will you create?